everybody, Jodie King here, coming to you from my studio, and I wanted to talk to you about ways that we can save money as an artist. If you're like me, you walk into an art supply store and you're like, oh my gosh, so many beautiful, fabulous, wonderful things that I want, even things that I don't even use, but I have to have all of them. So I wanted to talk about ways that we can save money. All right, tip number one. So if you're like me and you like to paint big on bigger canvases like this, then we all know you can't have like the little bitty brushes. You're gonna have to move, if you're gonna paint bigger, you need the bigger things. And so the bigger brushes like this can be super duper expensive if you buy them from an art supply store. I mean, I've seen them for as much as like, I don't know, 80 bucks for a big old brush. So my tip is you get them from the hardware store. And you can get lots of different sizes, obviously. But if I were you, I would get the best brand you can from the hardware store, because otherwise, if you could just kind of get the cheap ones, they will kind of, they'll shed on your work, and nobody wants that. I mean, you can, I guess if you have a lot of different layers and things, you can incorporate that into your texture, but in general you want to buy kind of the better quality. Anyway, all right, so tip number two, buy your canvases in bulk. So whenever you see that there's a sale or something like that, don't do like I do. Don't get like, oh great, I'll get a new canvas, or I'll get two. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Buy like 10 if you can, or buy 20, but always buy your canvases in bulk. Number one, it keeps you from having to go to the art supply store every time. And number two, you can save just a boatload of money on it. Now, tip number three, this is one of my very favorites. So I used to paint on palette paper. Because I painted large and I had to mix a lot of paint, so I would use cafeteria trays to do that. But then an artist friend of mine told me about this fabulous product that you can also get at the art supply store, and it's clear plastic sheeting. And it comes in this huge roll. It takes me forever to get through a roll. And what you do is you just lay it out on your table, and when you lay it out, you can even cover your whole table if you want, but when you lay it out, you're gonna lay it in layers back and forth, and then I'll show you. You tape down that's my bike. Tape down the edges like that, right? And then when you are finished with that particular layer of paint, there's as much space as you want, right? You could just mix all in that space. And when you're finished with that, then you just cut it and you reveal a fresh new layer underneath it, and bam, you're ready to go. It's like the easiest thing ever. I just love that. It's a great idea. Now, if you're painting small, you can use smaller things, but this is really if you're gonna mix a lot of paint. It's just super, super handy. All right, let's move on to our last tip. Tip number four, and that's about paint. Obviously you can spend a shit ton of money on paint, but, and actually I do spend a ton of money on paint, frankly, but there is a way to minimize it. My favorite paint, and if you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on anything, you know that Nova brand paints are my favorite. Yes, there are other more expensive brands out there. You know who you are. And no, Nova is not paying me to say this. I just love them. And the reason that they are, that I love this is because they sell direct to artists. So there's no middle guy. You do have to order online, but their paints are super color saturated. They're just really beautiful. They come in a lot of different colors. Just really, really great quality. And their prices are about half of what some of the other, bigger name brands are. Okay, there you go. Those are my 4 tips for saving money. There are more, of course, and I'd love to know what your tips are. I don't have all the answers. I'm gonna learn from you, you learn from me, so if you'll leave your tips in the comments below, I'd really appreciate it. And if you wanna get more intel on the artist's life and things, tips and tricks and things like that, then subscribe to my newsletter in the link below. And everybody have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.